Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, not the hump day. What is Wednesday, everybody? More Good News Wednesday. That's what we call it. It's always more good news on Wednesday. It just breaks up the week perfectly with more good news coming in. Natalie, Deshawn, Kate, good to see you. How's Vegas doing there? Jake, good to see you, my friend. Blessings to everybody. We got a big day today. We have the Unstoppable celebration tonight. 5 p.m. I got a VIP session at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, raising money for the Unstoppable Foundation. I'm blessed to be the chairman with the founder, Cynthia, Kersey. There'll be the three tenors and David Foster, all types of thought leaders, all my friends from Jim Quick to Jack Canfield to Reverend Beckwith, Lisa Nichols. They're always there. Everybody supports Bob Proctor, of course, Mary Morrissey. They just keep going and going and going. Let's go, Mikey. More Good News Wednesday. Go ahead, give me some more good news. Let's get the questions rolling. We are going to have a great time here. There he is. What lessons have your kids taught you? My biggest lesson my kids teach me is that they don't listen to me, they watch me. That I'm planting under seeds under trees I may never sit under, but my kids don't listen, they watch me. And so it's really important to do the right things and utilize that in that way. So very, very important lesson that my kids have taught me and continually teach me. Also the importance of curiosity. I love looking through my kids' eyes because they're so curious, and I want to remain curious, to be more interested than interesting, to continually find the lessons, the love, and the light in what we do. What is an unwinding routine? So my tomorrow starts today. So I unwind and have an unwinding routine at the beginning of my day, which is 9 p.m. at night. It's so important to unwind because it puts your mind, body, and soul in the correct position so that you can plateau and grow the next day. You don't have to start the day over. So for me, I start my day at 9 p.m. by unwinding, no negative energy, right temperature, right darkness, no negative conversations, no negative content, and I simply utilize the unwinding routine to put myself into the best position to recover physically, to clear the interference created by my ego, so that I can receive what I call a download, where I could receive the information while I sleep subconsciously and unconsciously. So not only am I starting at a higher position in the morning, but I'm creating a baseline and utilizing meditation to create and transcend that information into my day, as well as know exactly where that is. So, hey, Luca, good to see you. Welcome, everyone. Team Meltzer, I don't see where I can put in David at dmeltzer.com. If anybody wants information on the unwinding routine, all you got to do is email me, David at dmeltzer.com. Thank you so much, Jakey, for pinning this up here, David at dmeltzer.com. You can always join my text community, 949-298-2905 as well, 949-298-2905. How to save money when expenses are too much. Lower your expenses. Take the hard road. Lower your expenses. If you are cognizant that your expenses are too much, cut your expenses. Go ahead, enjoy. Johnny Wells, how are you? The unbelievably talented Johnny Wells, Mr. Wells, Ohio State Buckeye, Houston Texan, running back, incredible person, husband, father, the man, the myth, Jonathan Wells. I sent you a draft party for Houston. I'll be at the draft in Cleveland. Either place, please let me know if you want to go, Johnny. All right, here we go. Keep the questions coming. What inspired you to join the Unstoppable Foundation? Well, Cynthia asked me to help, and then I learned more about it, and I wanted to help more, and then I learned more about it and wanted to help more, and then I became the chairman of the board. As I got more and more interested in what they were doing with the 5 pillars of sustainability to help people with their health and their wealth and their happiness. And I've built a couple community centers in a village and continue to raise money the most I can in order to effectuate the most change that I can. Thousands and thousands of people's lives have changed because of the support all of you have given. UnstableCelebration.org. Cleveland, all right, we'll see you there. And if you can hook me up with I'm looking for 2 passes for Thursday night because Miles will come for Thursday night, Johnny. So make that NFLPA call. Get us into Thursday night. What is the best way to beat fear? You don't beat fear. You practice ending it. You identify what triggers the basic fears that you have: fight, flee, feed, or the other F word that Gary Vee likes to say. But you go ahead and you see what triggers it. What needs do you have? A need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, guilty, whatever it may be. And then you go ahead and stop when you see that you've been triggered, because the blood has left your brain and moved to your body, so you can fight, flee, feed, or the other F word. And when you give 90 seconds by breathing, time for the blood to go back into your brain so you can think at a higher level, to find your higher self, to create more productivity, accessibility, and gratitude, more efficiency, effectiveness, and statistical success in your life, you will see that you can spend minutes and moments in fear, not days, weeks, months, or years. My friend Kenny Young, super Los Angeles Rams running back, helping kids with their financial literacy, tackling finance with the Unify Financial Credit Union, has an unbelievable financial literacy program. Marshall Falk and I are working diligently with organizations like Unify in order to effectuate literacy, financial literacy, doing the math to be successful. All righty. Mr. Young, are you here, my friend? I'm looking for you. We would love to have you on, and if not, we'll just keep taking questions. All righty, here we go. Who are your favorite sports broadcasters? Dan Patrick is one of my favorites. Sage Steele, Carrie Champion. These are some of my favorites. Chris Berman over the years, Howard Cosell. All of these just legends, and really, really enjoy them. Although Kyle Brandt brought it yesterday in a podcast. So I just, all of those guys, Rich Eisen, another great broadcaster, Larry Nance. Sorry, not Larry Nance. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Maria Taylor, another great one. Yes, Robin Roberts, another great one. Kenny is here. Let's join Kenny Young. Tackling financial literacy for our students with Unify. Man of my own intuition, just helping others to help others. No better way than to plant seeds under trees that will never sit under. Welcome. There we go. What's up, Kenny?
Good morning, David. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining me. I see you're enjoying a California morning.
Yeah, man. Waiting for the sun to break the sky. That's all.
Well, you are just such a graceful young man to be able to help and identify what I think is one of the most crucial issues that young people have, and that's financial literacy. When did it come to be apparent to you that financial literacy was a problem? Because so many young athletes don't really get it until, like me, it was too late. I was a multimillionaire financially illiterate. I work with Marshall Falk. Him and I do a lot together to do that. And he jokes around. He goes, Dave, you were a multimillionaire and a financially illiterate. How did you find that this was an issue?
Man, it's like the thing before marriage that I think we should get right. As soon as you're born into this world, I don't care if you live in India, Russia, China, Singapore, Seattle, Dallas, you grow with money and it becomes a relationship with you ever since you're given your first dollar. Ever since your parents first invest into you a stock or something and let it sit for 18 years. I think that's the key thing. I think what I'm trying to do is find out that the better you get closer to your relationship with finances, the better and the less stress you have. I find that I don't care if you're a football player and makes 100K. I don't care if you a realtor and you make 200K a year. It don't really matter how much you make, because you read one of the books like Rich Dad Poor Dad. It was one that was love books, but the other one was all about being financial literate and learning hands-on how to start a business from young, and that's what they did. And they were two great dads, but one believed one thing, another believed another thing worked. And I think when you think of financial literacy, it's really not that hard. That's what I want people to understand. It's really, if you learn the core fundamentals and basics components of what is it that you need out of your plan, long term and short term, I think you realize a lot. You don't have to worry as much because you know where your money is going. I think the issue is that when you don't look at your bank statements for 5 years and then you're like, wow, like, I only save, shucks, only 8% of my money. And it's like, damn, why the hell I just didn't check my financial statements, and I'll have wiggle room to shuffle this money in different places in case something happens. But I think it's all about planning, David. Honestly, I'm sure you can relate to that. It don't matter how much money you start off with; it's about how much money you keep in your pocket once you close your eyes for good on this earth.
One of the things that I've learned that has helped me in that discipline is compound interest. All the great financial wizards of the world, whether you make $1, $100, or $100 million, they understand the growth of money over time and the rule of 72 with Einstein and how money compounds itself, and that we need to take our emotions out of our financial literacy, because it's our emotions that doesn't allow us to look at our financial statements, because we know it's there and we're afraid to look at it because we're afraid that we're going to have to make some difficult decisions. And so it only gets worse. It compounds on itself. I always say compound interest, negative behavior is in favor of compound interest, because you don't realize how everything's compounding. So negative things, it's too late, right? 5 years down the road, it's too late. But if you're doing the positive things and you're trusting the math, you're in a great position 5 years when you've been saving a certain amount of money and putting it safely away according to the timing and risk tolerance. What are some of the key lessons that you're teaching, our youth in order to facilitate just getting excited, right? We know empathy is the biggest problem. Apathy is the biggest problem. People are apathetic. How do you get them motivated or inspired to take care of their finances at a young age?
Well, this program that I'm doing with Tuck Young Foundation and partnering with Unify, it's right up the street, and LA Room and Board. The only thing they're missing is the kids. It's about 35 kids at LA Room and Board. These kids, they either was homeless before, or they went to UCLA. I think some kids went to UCLA and was studying from a decor. Some kids was from community college. Some kids was adopted. Everyone was from different backgrounds, and I come from a story. Honestly, I promise to God, if it wasn't football, I would still be able to do this because it's always been a part of my plan. I think a lot of people, they almost know people put being rich in part of their plan, or building an empire in part of their plan. Like, that could be on top of all the other things you want to do. You just have to plan for it. So with me, with this opportunity, it is, like you said, apathy. It is providing that, but it's a 12-week course where I think the first week, we're getting to know each other. And I'm telling them, expressing to them how fun I want it to be. Listen, no one wants to talk about how much money they spent in COVID. No one wants to talk about it, and which is cool. But let's get fun talking about it. Me and my girlfriend, we visit our bank statements after every month, and it's some things you be like, you be biting your teeth at, but some things you be like, okay, I know I'm not making that idiot mistake no more, because that little $100 I put there, I could have put into crypto, or anything, man, a business for the future. At least you have a plan. But with this, it's gonna go anywhere between the psychology of money, savings, credit score, because a lot of these kids are going to be seniors and juniors in college trying to hit the real world. So it's really about attacking very, very early. And just from a shoulders up standpoint, once you're solid there and you have a plan, then you have something to work with. I had someone ask me the other day, well, Kenny, if you didn't play football, how would you be able to afford all this? And I said, well, damn, how would I be able to pay for it? So I told her, I gave her a temporary constructive plan. I said, this is what I would do. If transportation was important, okay, I have to get a car. 2, I have to pay for college, which is probably who's people paying close to $500,000 in college debt to go and study. I'm going to get something that's going to give me back an investment on my return, right? Because people think a lot of this has to do with money, but like you said, it could be a negative thought that gives compound interest. It could be a positive thought that gives compound interest. And what I want to tell them, that basically, when you're given $1, you could either make 3 decisions. 1, the rich take that dollar and invest it, or invest 30 cents from out that dollar and invest it, or you either put that money and you put it in a savings account, and the next 30 years, you may get 5 cents from it. That's the bottom line. We thought savings was cool, but not now, because you have things like inflation, that beats the value of $1. So how if you're thinking three generations down the line, your kids gonna be able to keep up with society? You won't. $1,000,000 not even worth the same no more. It's just not. And then you have different values of cryptos coming to change the value of $1. It's important to understand that. You know, we don't live in times of 30 years ago where, you know, save for 20 years and then, you know, have a Roth, a retirement plan. Those things are cool. Don't knock me. But if you want to get ahead of the game, I'm all about being ahead of the game. In football, defense, they always teach you know what's about to happen before it happens to you, right?
Yeah.
And with this program, that's why I hold name the tackle young is to tackle issues early before things escalated to become problems. Because in football, that's what I do for a living.
And I think one of the other things that's so surprising, because like I said, you know, Marshall Falk and I have been working in this space for a long time. And so many people ask me for investment advice, which I always suggest people to ask people that sit in a situation you want to be in for advice. People like Kenny, ask him for advice. People at Unify, Tackling, all the places that you can go ask for help. But it's amazing. What the first question I ask people when they ask me about investment is, what is your timing and risk tolerance? Right? Because all of those three scenarios that you gave are determinative upon a personal choice of what do you want your timing and risk tolerance to be in your life. Some people, you know, like P.T. Barnum, they're willing to risk it all. Bezos, willing to risk it all. You know, that's how they got to where they are. Other people, they don't want to, right? They don't want to. They want to make their money and put that 30% away. Other people see, you know, the way to beat inflation is to buy real estate. You know, once you have a mortgage, you have a set rent. And that rent can be for you or to charge other people. And we all know inflation occurs. So you have an instant margin that's created by owning real estate because you break the trend of inflation. IULs, right? We're able to do an index guarantee where the market can drop. There's all these vehicles that, look, I'm 53 years old. I lost over $100 million and made it back. But I didn't ask for anybody's help when I lost. I didn't ask for anybody's help. I was financially illiterate. I thought because I knew how to make a lot of money, that's all I needed to know. That had nothing to do with keeping my money. And when I learned how to keep my money according to my timing and risk tolerance, that's where my world opened up. It allowed me to teach other people through personal experience, you know, what you can do. Because it doesn't, Kenny, you know this, it doesn't have to do about intellect or education. There's tons of smart people who are educated that lose everything because they're fiscally irresponsible and financially illiterate. And I know a ton of guys that dropped out of high school, that are multimillionaires that are financially illiterate. You got to go seek help. Kenny, where can people find you? Unify, all the organizations that you work with, Tackle Finances. Where can they reach out and join up?
So man, I honestly am trying to find a way that, you know, like guys that's trying to join, how can I add them in on a Zoom? Because it's probably about 35, 40 kids that's going to be on there. But as many people, listen, this is a learning experience for me too. Listen, Dave, it's crazy. I would love to sit down and talk to you about how was your pursuit to gain that much money? And you probably wasn't even thinking about it, but to gain that much wealth and to lose it and to rebuild it, because these are the stories that people need to hear. Because at the end of the day, people just want the courage that they could do it. Can people become rich? Yeah, they can. But if they're lazy, I shouldn't say lazy, if they don't have the resources, they're just not going to do it, which is okay. I think for me, I realized, okay, Kenny, you have a short window to do something smart with a portion of your money. And I got to the table. I said, okay, what are some assets that I could accumulate and what some liabilities that I could get rid of? Those two things are very important. Because people think the more income you have, the more expenses you can raise, and it's not true. It's not true. I think a great read is Rich Dad Poor Dad, because he gives you the great synopsis of comparing the two different mindsets. See, people think poverty is that you don't have money in your pocket and you live in a sheltered place and with 5 kids in one room. That's not poverty. Poverty is a mindset of lack of many things. But broke is that, oh, I have $20 today, I'm gonna see if I have $20 tomorrow. That's broke. You could change being broke. You can't change poverty. And it all starts with your mindset and the way you think. But with my program, you can go to Tackle Young Foundation, and all of my stuff will pop up that I'm interested in, and the things that I'm doing. I did a camp. The financial program is about to shoot off, and a few years ago, I want to say about 2 years ago, right before COVID, I donated about over 400 books to Grape Street in Watts in California. So, man, just trying to tackle things early. I think these kids are at an advantage where they have a lot of cool things that could plan out for them. Man, you hear kids making $20,000 a month and not even 25 years old. It's like if it's struggling to make money now and get income, there's a problem. You know,
Either.
either you don't want to learn it and learn how to get more money, or you just, you know, you're just gonna get passed behind. But these times are real. Bitcoin is going up tremendously. If you, I think someone told me they made what, they put $6,000 into Bitcoin in 2013. Now their portfolio is at like 60K. They
Yeah.
just made 64,000 dollars off just $6,000. It's just
Yeah.
compound interest, you know. And you never have control of the market, but if you wait, you be patient, you understand what you're in this game for, because it is a game. You know, don't be in a game to win all the big prizes. You're not gonna do it. You know, you take your few small prizes that you know that'll last you 5 years, and then you pick one or two big things based off your comfort and your planning. But you probably go fail at it. You probably go succeed at it. But you know, the learning and the journey is part of it. It's just like learning how to walk. She can cry all she wants. If she don't get her butt up and start walking, daddy can't do nothing about it. You know, and it's as simple as that. But if
Yeah.
people realize, man, it's that simple as what's most important to you, what matters, and what's the time and risk reward over that. And you know, I start thinking about getting around people that's more smarter than me, Dave. And you know, that's been my challenge. You know, because most people my age, they're not operating like this. They don't think like this. It's not important to them, but it is important, right?
Yeah.
One of the greatest guys I love is you know, Jeff Bezos, Kanye, because man, those guys, when they talk from 30 years ahead from where they're at now. So by the time we catch up to where they're at, like it's too late, you know, because they're busy changing the world. And I think the biggest thing is that put yourself at a level of financial freedom to be able to give back, because it's not about keeping it. It's about how much can you give and how much can you help, because you're free. And once you're free, you can do whatever it is, you know.
You
So
nip.
go to Talking Young Foundation if you want to look at my page. My Instagram is, you know, young underscore forever 42. I think I'm on Twitter, Kenny Young with like 3 or 4 G's, I believe. But that's where you can find me, man.
All right. Well, I'm going to be finding you. Marshall and I are going to reach out. We want to do more with you. We're looking for some young people that want to impact more young people to see the seriousness. You talked about one of my favorite books. Sharon Lecter is a mentor of mine, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But also Think and Grow Rich is another great book. If you haven't read Napoleon Hill, a great way to understand that mindset of scarcity and abundance, of doing for others and creating abundance for yourself while you're helping other people. You are an icon, my friend. You are on a journey that's the right path and you're helping other people. Please reach out to me anytime if you need anything. You know, I got my podcast studio, my office, and my suite there for the new stadium. So we'll be seeing a lot once they let me in.
Okay, sounds good, man. You know what? Maybe we should do. Maybe we should get one of the kids at some time over the course to see what they understood or good from the course, and we just add them on. You know, and you guys see. You know,
Anytime.
yeah, you guys
I
see the
would love it.
reflection. All right, we
I
can
would
set
love
it
it.
up. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you,
Thank you.
buddy.
Bye, buddy. Take
All
care.
right, y'all
The
take care. Have
great
a
Kenny
blessed one.
Young, he is an incredible person and football player. But what great lessons he's teaching us. You don't have to be, you know, some sort of financial planner to figure this out. The information's there. The people are there to help, and Kenny's there to help. It's amazing. Tackling finances, financial literacy, Unify, financial credit union, all of those things are partnered up to help people transition and to learn about financial literacy, to build their own wealth. Go Rams, says Justin Pugh. I thought Justin Pugh was a giant. Anyway, Kenny Young, incredible. Whoa, having trouble here. Here we go. Where am I at? All right, we are rolling and rocking. We have our next guest. Oh, I saw Monica here. She's amazing. Where is she at? I'm going to grab her, superstar, in the 2-minute drill. She's here. I'm going to let her go live. Welcome. Welcome. Where's Monica? She's coming on.
Hey, David. How are you?
I'm amazing. Great to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. How are you?
I'm good. And my whole team's like, Monica's here. Monica's here. Monica's here.
Hey, that was a really great conversation and a really great leadway, obviously, into what I'm doing as well. Just the whole impact on how you can make that dollar go further and really just, making an impact with the money that you're working so hard for.
And you're working really hard for us because a lot of people, will give the correct amount of appreciation to our service members. But I think the spouses of service members sometimes are even more courageous and give a greater sacrifice sometimes even than our service families. And you've done such a great job to help create a support system, a financial support system, an inspirational support system for what I think a very critical part of people who are of service and of value. So first, I always like when I see you to thank you for your service,
Thank
and
you.
not only for the service to our country, but also the service to all the spouses out there of service people. And you're doing such an incredible job.
Appreciate it.
If you could just take a couple of minutes to explain, you
Yeah.
know, why you created Spousely and how people can help you, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm a military spouse myself, and I just was so inspired by the amount of talent within our military and veteran community alone that I just wanted a place where people could come together, support one another, support our nation's heroes, and just have a new type of marketplace where you can shop a wide variety of handmade products. You can also find a service provider, and really creating that one-stop shop and making that big impact. So what we're focused on is shopping for social good and supporting our nation's heroes. So all of our vendors are military spouse-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, and we're also expanding to first responders and their families as well. So really excited about that, because just like you said, you know, a lot of times people love to support the military community and they're looking for ways, and if, you know, they don't know that these stores, if they don't have a brick and mortar storefront, how can they find them? And so that's what we've done at Spousely, is we've created a new online marketplace for people to shop small and make a big impact.
And you have made such a great impact, and it's exponentially growing. The coolest thing too is that, you know, there's a lot of great nuances of not having brick and mortar anymore. It was definitely a detriment to our veterans. It was a detriment to our spouses, because we have to move so often. It's hard to create a business. Nobody wanted to make an investment with the fear of losing their family and moving somewhere else, or losing the business and not moving somewhere else. And it was
and it's
no-win.
almost impossible for military spouses. You know, they have this great idea and they have this really amazing talent, but we can't have a storefront. I mean, let's face it, we move around like every 2 to 3 years. That would be quite the process, right? To open a storefront and be like, okay, bye, I'm leaving now. So, you know, what's so amazing about what we're doing at Spousely is allowing our community to just continue to grow and thrive and have these businesses that can move around with them no matter where the military life takes them. So it's just been, you know, an incredible journey. We launched a little over a year ago, and the community within is just so inspiring. And I just launched a new series where I'm, you know, interviewing my vendors every Wednesday to just have their stories shared. And it's called Impossible, and it's about how they're taking the impossible and turning it into I'm possible. Did you ever realize that's what the word said?
Only from you did I realize that.
Yeah. So yeah, and I would just, you know, I appreciate all of your support and, you know, allowing me to come on and always just be able to share what we're doing and continuing to spread the word, because, you know, I'm a solopreneur, and just what I've been able to do, you know, on my own is incredible. But now it's time to take Spousely to the next level, to be able to make Spousely a household name. So anyone out there that's listening, I would just, you know, love for you to be able to share about our Spousely community. Anyone who loves supporting small businesses, just head on over, check out Spousely and all of the amazing vendors that we have.
And one of the other things that's so interesting, I was thinking about, because you've been a star of some of my shows, and I am just a huge fan of yours and everything that you're doing, but the internal community of veterans and service members, is the military themselves helping you to expand and grow exponentially? Because I mean, just veterans and service members alone, if they're supporting Spousely and then getting one person outside to help, we can help accelerate this exponentially and really get it going. What type of things are they doing internally that we can build more momentum to expand externally?
Yeah, so internally, there are a ton of amazing resources. Our community superpower is, how can I help? What can we do? And, you know, there's always someone within the community that has done something, or, you know, has experience here or there. So I would say everything that we've done over the past year has mainly been through word of mouth. We have gained, we have over about 300 vendors now. We launched with only 30, and that's all been word of mouth. So that kind of just shows you how amazing, you know, our community is. So now it's about really tapping into those who are not part of the military community, and, you know, letting them know that they have this great new way to shop small and make a big impact. So anything that anyone can do outside of the military community in terms of, you know, partnerships, sponsorships, just being able to help us continue to uplift and amplify our mission at Spousely would be amazing.
And you're amazing. Now, one other question I have, what types of product, services, and solutions do you have on there right now? And what are some of the things that you think would be great if people are out there going, oh, you know, I'd like to provide this.
Yeah.
Give me examples so people can get an idea of what's there.
Yeah, so you can literally find a little bit of everything. So there's products from, you know, art to home decor to apparel, baby products, kids products. And then on the service side, you can find photographers, CPAs, real estate agents, lawyers, and it's just a wide variety. I would say from a vendor standpoint, most of the time people who are shopping, they're obviously looking for gift items. So anything that like people can send to other people, like cookies, or we have a macaroon vendor and hers always sell out because, I mean, what don't you love about not being able to send macaroons to someone's doorstep, right? That's like homemade by a military spouse. So vendor wise, we are just continuing to grow and thrive. I would say, like I said, from an outside standpoint, just any companies that are very supportive of the military community and want to help our nation's heroes continue to grow and thrive, please let me know. We're looking to partner up with corporate companies that can really just help us amplify.
That is awesome. And as a solopreneur, you always need help. What are some of the asks that you have for my community? I know if you run a big corporation as a partner, please reach out to Spousely.
Yep.
Who else in my community can help you? What can they do to be of service?
Yeah, just like I said, anyone who just wants to get behind the mission. Obviously, you know, as a solopreneur, I've done everything out of pocket. So I'm starting to, you know, enter into the world of starting to, you know, look for an angel investor and going down all that path. But I'm the type of person where I keep my foot on the gas and I just keep going. So I've kind of have to set that time aside to start seeking those opportunities. So if anyone, you know, knows of any great organizations that just love to give back and find ways, I know we're in talks right now with a couple big partners about how they can help, you know, continue to grow our community. But yeah, just shop small, check out our amazing vendors. We add new vendors on a weekly basis. So even if you see something that, you know, you don't need at the moment, check back, you know, the next week and there'll be new stuff there.
And you have my stamp of endorsement. Monica has the one quality, the common denominator of all successful entrepreneurs, and that's a desire that she must be what she can be, and she's doing it for others. So I can't think of a better person for my community to reach out to help. I always am grateful for you coming on, sharing your story, sharing your business. People can reach you at spousely.com, and that's spouse apostrophe ly.
We'll probably have to work on that as we continue to grow, right? It's a great tongue twister, but if you type in Google Spousely, we come up. So that's it. That's an easy.
At Spousely on Instagram. Reach out to Monica. She is wonderful. If you can't tell, then just trust me. I promise you it'll be of great value and of service to others. Monica, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Come back and visit me, okay?
Yeah, sounds good. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye,
Take
David.
care. Bye-bye. She's amazing. Amazing people. Isn't it? Kenny and Monica today. Thank you so much. Let's take a quick question. And then I told you it's more good news Wednesday. That's what Wednesday means to me. We got the Unstoppable Celebration, 4:30 VIP, 5 o'clock. The event starts with David Foster and the tenors and all types of thought leaders. My heroes, my mentors, my friends are all there. Unstoppablecelebration.org. The question is, am I worth it? Yes, you're worth it. Everyone has worthiness issues. And here we go. How are you more interested than interesting? Well, curiosity, right? I ask as much as I can how I can be of service or value. I ask, do you know anyone that could help me? I ask people what they're doing today. I ask them what they like about it and what they don't like about it in order to effectuate emotional attachment. And then I ask them, would it help you if I did this? Aligning my capabilities, my skills, my knowledge, and my desire with what I hear they need or what I need. And if I do that in a formulatic way to address quantitative value, not subjective value, right? Not that purple dinosaur value of I love you, you love me, nobody makes any money. No, but quantitative value, how we can provide more than we're asking for. That's right. The ultimate equation of business and profitability is can I articulate the quantitative value to be greater than what I'm asking for? And if you can do so, you will be statistically successful. It's More Good News Wednesday. That was just more good news for everyone. Thank you, Kenny Young. Thank you, Monica Fullerton. You guys are incredible. Reach out, be supportive. These are people that are elevating others to elevate themselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come reach us tonight, theunstoppablecelebration.org. 4:30 VIP with David Meltzer. 5 o'clock, the event starts with David Foster, the 3 tenors, and all great thought leaders, etc. Remember, most importantly, on this More Good News Wednesday, be kind to your future self. Do good deeds. Reach out to me if you want any of that information. David at dmeltzer.com. Happy to send you those exercises, my books for free. David at dmeltzer.com. Have a great day.